Thank you for the kind words, Dr. Srividya. And also thank you, Dr. Badmada and other organizers for the opportunity to interact and meet our fellow colleagues and also students. Now let me start sharing my slides.
Yes.
So all of you able to see the slides?
We can see, sir.
Wonderful. So I selected this topic in the advanced material because advances in biomaterial. I put nano in the bracket basically to indicate the nano developments in the biomaterials really causes the more advanced use of these biomaterials. I'll highlight it in the course of my lectures. Wonderful, thank you. So here I plotted the survivability of the human of their age at different time period. If you look at 1990, now people up to mostly up to 60 years. That's why they call retirement year. But due to the development, the discovery of vaccines as well as very good health conditions, we understand what is diabetic, etc. We're able to live longer. Nearly one more we call typically 80 years. However, if you look at the tissue quality, either last century or the current century, it's not much improved. But they say the tissue quality will come down also due to the environmental other pollution. So there is really, we are able to live longer, but our tissue quality is not that good. And this occurs even simple due to aging. Also, the quality of the tissue is really become a very not good, and we have to replace them. One typical example is that of your cataract. As you become older, your lens not able to see through, become not able to see, become cataract. So simple aging, we have to do it. What people go, they go and remove the lens, eye lens, and put a other optical lens to live to able to see and live actually. So like that happens for many. So simple aging itself, tissue quality is really becoming bad. We have to remove them actually. And also due to accidents, as typically shown here, if you can see the bottom thing, due to accidents, some of the tissues are get damaged, or we have to remove them and then replace them. And third is due to diseases. Our IIT is next to the cancer hospital, and they see large amount of chunks of the tissues have been removed due to cancer actually. So there's a need to remove, replace the tissues, either due to aging or due to accidents or due to diseases. In earlier period, they simply remove the tissues. They told the contact, the lens, remove the eye lens and put an outside lens actually. However, this only marginally improved the quality of life actually. So there's a really need to replace the tissues. Let us see what are the ways we can replace the tissues. So one classical way until being tried today also is using of the same, for example, you take a tissue from one side and transplant them. For example, you need a small skin on the hand or the face, you take from the thigh and put it here. Or you want a blood vessel which is got blocked, you take from the thigh and put it here. Or you take a bone from the knee or for the leg and put it on the knee. So this is called autograft. So the same piece, the same person, we can take from some tissue and use it here. It's only thing it's not available in plenty. You can take only small quantity. Of course, there are going to be complication. The harvesting site, where you want to remove the skin from the thigh and put it here, the harvesting site. It is functioning there. You remove it. It's going to irritation in a long time, in your lifetime actually. Okay? And also, the person has to go through 2 times the anesthesia, because first surgeon you have to remove the tissue, then another surgeon will put it back actually. You already know it. Anesthesia doing is life risk actually. You may recover, you may not recover. Okay? Now, of course, always the residual effect will be there. When you remove, for example, bone from here, always realize the loss of the tissue there. However, it's a golden standard. The body will not reject it. Only thing is very limited, and of course, there are small issues are with that actually. So the autografts are very good, but with limited supply. So what do? We do from the same species. The same human will take it from here. These are called allografts. This one. Okay. And so it's available. For example, the kidney is one of the very well-known example. Take from other person kidney, start using it here. However, it has a severe restrictions. So the person has to be under heavy drugs called immunosuppressant drugs. The drugs are very high concentration, and then slowly it comes down because so that the body won't reject the tissue from another person actually. Another thing is now become very true, that possible contamination, because when you take the tissue from one person, we evaluate with the available knowledge, it's okay. But now later new things are coming. For example, our COVID thing, unexpected virus come. So always there will be a possible viral contamination because we don't have the technology. And this is very severe for the HIV cases. Earlier, people a lot of blood transfusion. Later to the blood transfusion, people got the HIV virus. So there's always chances you may get a contaminated thing possible from the thing, in spite of screening with available knowledge. Okay? The later more and more virus will be detected, more issues will be detected. So there will be possible contamination all the time. Risk is involved. Of course, there are ethical and religious reasons. Some people don't want from one religion to other religion, from one race to another race, etc., etc. So the third option will be take it from the animal kingdom, other species. Okay? For example, this very well-known popular heart wall from the pigs. You can use it for the replacing the heart wall. Okay? And this has all this problem. Since from other, not from the same person, it has to be a heavy drug, possible contamination. And this ethical religion is very, very severe. Some people don't want that thing. For example, bovine bone from the bovine, slaughterhouse. It's extensively used in Western world. So one way of replacing the tissue due to aging, due to accidents, due to the diseases is that we can transplant some tissues and put it there. Okay? But however, it is being still treated. Right? This porcine heart wall is still being used for the younger generation. Actually. But it has limitations. All has limitations. What is the best way? Is to go for a material-based system. It started after the World War II. For example, we started replacing your eye lens with the intraocular lens. It's not your spectacle, where the lens is implanted in the eye itself. Actually, you can say small feathers. This helps to see him through as a conventional lens itself. Okay. For example, if you put a spectacle outside, you have to adjust the focusing here. Here, not necessary actually. So this is very called a simple passive device. So now we'll have a what do you call heart wall. You put a wall in the heart itself, or you can have replace the joint also. We have a very what do you call it, active transplants. You can call it active implants. To the extent that now you can even replace the whole heart itself. Okay? So these are all this replacement tissues are called implants. They're all made up of materials. It's becoming more and more popular now. So these are all made up of materials. So these are basically man-made biomaterials. So they are implants are made up of materials, and the constant it is made up of basically the biomaterials. Okay, it's well known, but what is the issue? Why you want to go for advancement of the biomaterials? The present biometal all has issues. Simple intraocular lens becomes resolved actually. And you take a hip and knee replacement. It's a major operation. We have only 10 to 15 a lifetime. Somebody goes around, let's say 50, 40 years or 60 years, let us call it, then at 80 years to go for one more replacement. You cannot have a long permanent. Okay? Of course, there's going to be facts also there in replacement. Okay? And vascular graft, where you replace the blood vessels, no healing actually. Somebody even blocking of the blood vessel can take place. They call it classifications. Okay? And sometimes you put an electrode, measure the pulse, give the pulse to the various muscles to the brain, where the tissue can cover it actually. That no seal will be possible. Like that catheters, the infection possible. Stent, we put it to get closed actually. This dental implant got broken. Okay. And even simple contact lens, which is for, let us say, cosmetic application, can cause injury. You can see here actually. This girl has put a contact lens and got injury on the eye. So present biometal all has issues. So they really need to go for a better material. I can really spend each one actually just overall show present materials are all a problem. The stents is basically closed. It's supposed to allow for the blood flow, but it is basically closed. So the present biometal have limitations. So what is the solution? Solution is, let's look at again the biology itself, the material point of view. you take a bone, from material point of view, is a composite material consisting of your polymer called collagen, the ceramic particle hydride surfactant. So these are basically ceramic polymeric composite with ceramic.